and welcome to Kim Reads. Tonight's tale is about from Greek myths, Demeter and Persephone. Most of the gods lived happily on Mount Olympus. One goddess did not. Her name was Demeter. She was the goddess of the corn, summertime, and harvest. When Demeter was happy, the world was full of golden light. The stalks in the cornfields grew thick and tall. Everyone in the world had enough to eat. But every year after the corn harvest, Demeter became sad. A frost would blanket the fields. The ground would become hard and frozen. Every bit of life was squeezed out of the earth. This is why it happened. Demeter had a daughter. Her name was Persephone, the maiden of spring. Throughout the world, she was known as the most beautiful girl. A golden glow of sunlight surrounded her. Persephone's hair was the pale yellow color of freshly cut corn. Her cheeks were a rosy pink. Her voice was like a bird song. Persephone's musical laughter could be heard everywhere. Her laughter even reached down to where Hades ruled as the lord of the underworld. I wish Persephone was my wife. If she lived here with me, she would bring light and music to this lonely, terrible place. Hades thought, but he knew that Demeter would never allow Persephone to marry him. He had asked the gods before and was refused, so he came up with a plan. Hades had to wait for just the right moment, then he would take Persephone to be his bride. One day, Persephone was out with her friends in the meadow. A perfect flower had caught her eye and she wandered far away. Persephone wanted to give the flower to Demeter to put in her hair. Suddenly, the earth beneath Persephone's feet began to shake. The ground cracked in half at her feet. Hades burst from the underworld. He rode a dark chariot drawn by 4 coal-black horses. He grabbed Persephone by the hand. Before she could crawl out, he pulled her close to him. Hades raced the chariot back to the underworld. Persephone wept and shouted for her mother. Persephone's cries echoed throughout the world. Her sobs were heard from beneath the highest hills to the deepest parts of the sea. Demeter heard Persephone weeping. She flew like a bird over land and sea to find her daughter. "Where is Persephone?" she asked everyone she met. "Have you met her? Where has she gone?" No one would tell Demeter what had happened. The truth was just too terrible. Demeter searched for Persephone for 9 days. She refused to eat or drink. At last Demeter went to Mount Olympus. She wanted to speak with Apollo, the sun god. He saw everything and would know where her daughter was. Apollo told her everything. Persephone is down in the underworld. She will live among the shadows forever, he said. Demeter's heart filled with sorrow. She flew away from Mount Olympus. For 1 whole year, Demeter grieved for Persephone. She disguised herself as a human and wandered the earth. Without her daughter, there was no happiness for Demeter. The goddess then decided there would be no spring, summer, or harvest. The year was dreadful and cruel for humankind all over Earth. Nothing grew anywhere. Everyone nearly died of hunger. Zeus sent the goddess from Mount Olympus to plead with Demeter. They asked her to stop punishing the world with her sorrow. They began to allow the fruits and vegetables to grow again. But Demeter said she would not do it. The world would remain this way until she could see Persephone again. Finally, Zeus sent Hermes to the underworld with a message to Hades. Return Persephone to Demeter. When Hermes arrived, he found Persephone curled up in a dark corner. She was small and thin. Since being kidnapped to the underworld, she had eaten nothing. She knew not to eat anything while she was there. If she did, she would never be able to return to Earth and see her mother. Persephone heard Hermes' message to Hades. She sprang up joyfully and was eager to leave. Hades knew he had to obey Zeus, but there was one thing he could do to make Persephone return to him. Dear Persephone, think kindly of me when you return to earth. Please take this pomegranate to eat on your way. Hades slipped the pomegranate into the hands of Persephone. Then he ordered his chariot to return both Hermes and Persephone to the world above. Persephone forgot that she wasn't supposed to eat anything from the underworld. She was too excited and the fruit looked delicious. Without thinking, she ate the pomegranate seeds Hades had given her. The chariot returns Persephone to her mother. When Demeter saw Persephone, she ran to meet her. Persephone jumped into her mother's arms. They held each other tight. But then a message arrived from Zeus. Persephone has eaten 3 pomegranate seeds from the underworld. Therefore, she must return to Hades for 3 months out of every year. These are the laws, Zeus told her. Persephone sobbed. Demeter hugged her daughter closer, but they both knew they could not disobey. This was the law of the underworld. So now, for 3 months each year, Persephone returns to her husband Hades, ruler of the underworld. For those 3 months, Demeter grieves. The world turns cold and bitter. The ground freezes and nothing can grow. Winter takes over the land. Well, thanks for listening. See you next time.